Hi everyone, this is Lori here with Lori Hooks. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So today's video is mostly a crochet and chat. I have not had a lot done the last week, so I will tell you about why. But first, in case you are only interested in the crochet, I will show you my completed object. So I just have the one, which is this glasses case. So last week I was showing that I had purchased some of these spring clips on Temu. So you just push this two sides and it opens up. I remember when I was young they had like change purses made like this and they were really hard to open. This one opens pretty easily. And yeah, I have my sunglasses in here. So yeah, glasses case. So to work this up, I had, as I said, I got these spring clips on Temu, and when you get them, they open. So with it open, I first tried using a single strand and single crocheting around that spring clip, but I wasn't getting enough coverage and having too many stitches. So I decided instead to hold the yarn double and still single crocheted around the two spring clips, which then weren't connected. It was like a long thing. And then I got enough coverage, just made sure that I had equal number of stitches on the two sides. When I was done, I joined them so that they were in the round, so that I was then working in the round. And I single crocheted the first couple rows, and then I switched to double crochet and just double crocheted in the round as long as I thought that it needed to be. I did run out of yarn just as I was getting to the bottom because I used some scraps left over from a cardigan that I made earlier this year. They just happened to be sitting here on my table and I didn't have to go downstairs to get it, so that's what I used. And then I used this little bit of black that I have, another piece of scrap that I had for the bottom. So yeah, glasses case, it works. It's not quite colorful enough. I think I'll make another one probably pretty soon in a more brighter color, but for now this works. So that's my glasses case. And while we're chatting today, I was going to work on daisy squares. This is what the daisy squares look like. Last night my daughter and I counted up the squares, and she actually laid them out to see how many she thinks that we need, because this blanket is for her. So we counted up the squares that I made so far last night, and we are up to 63 squares. And the size blanket she wants, she thinks she's going to want 120 squares. So I'm halfway there, but then I still have to sew them together. So part of the reason why I counted was I was making sure I had enough yarn. So the yarn that I'm using for the green, I had finished my first green skein and I made 61 squares out of that first one. So the yarn that I'm using for this green is this Loops and Threads color craft acrylic, and they are 812 yards, 616 ounces each. And this color is Sage. So that's what I was using for the green, and I finished the first one. So I bought 3, so we decided that if we make 120 squares that we should be good. I'm still working on the first skein of white. That's what I have left out of that one. And the yellow, I used the first part of the yellow for another project, so hopefully I have enough. This is my yellow skein I'm working from right now. It's a little hollow in the middle. I'm hoping I have enough. If we run out of yellow, we might have to rethink the size or see if I can find another one and hope that the color match, the lot numbers are close enough. Although the yellow doesn't actually touch each other, so if the lot numbers were different, it would probably be fine. But anyways, so that's where I'm at with it. So I'm going to work on a daisy square here while we're chatting. That's the square so far, and as you can see, my ends are all hanging, but I've been doing each square and generally sewing in my ends immediately afterwards. If I work on them when I'm not at home, then I leave them and I sew them when I get home. But generally, I've been working on a square, sewing on ends, working on a square, sewing in ends. Because I know if I leave it all for the end, this blanket will never ever get finished. So that's what I've been working on lately. And let's talk about why I haven't had a lot of crochet time. So last week actually, we kind of switched more to our summer schedule around this house. In the summertime, my husband and my son play baseball. The two of them both play in the same league on Mondays. And they play with my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, and one of her friends. And they have played in that league for like around 20 years. So we know a lot of the people in that league. My husband is a captain, and I generally scorekeep his games. So we both know lots of the people there, and it's a good social time. It's a fun league. It's not very competitive. Of course, everybody likes to win, but it's not that competitive. Most people are just there for a good time. So his Monday night league had their first game this Monday. Last week was Meet the Team, which I went to the Meet the Team last week. And then on Thursdays, he plays in a different league that's also a mixed league, where he's on a team with a couple of our friends this year, more my friends than his friends. And I went out and watched their game last Thursday. It's Thursday again today. I don't think I'm going to go to the game tonight. We'll see whether or not my friends contact me and are like, hey, are you going to come to the game? But we'll see. The one of them, I know she plays, well, they both play also on the Monday night league, but they don't play on our team. So the one, she texted me on Tuesday and said that she fell on Monday night and hurt herself, so I don't think she's playing tonight. I need to text her today and see how she's doing. But yeah. So that's sometimes 2 nights down every week. Some weeks 1. So it's 1 day a week I lose crochet time. And last week I decided to, on Friday afternoon, I was looking around my office and I've been thinking about for a while how I can reorganize it. And on Friday afternoon, I decided to move things around. So my original plan was to turn my desk, and I have a long work table on one wall and a shelving unit at the end of the wall on that wall. And I wanted to definitely move the shelving unit to the other end of the work table, to the left side instead of the right side, because on the left side there's like a closet, and behind the closet door is this useless space that when the doors open, it blocks the space, so you can't put something there, and it's not wide enough for like something major there. But this little bookcase that I have, it would fit there behind the door. So I wanted to put the bookcase there and move the table down to where it was. So, and I really wanted to turn my desk. So on Friday, after I was finished my work day, my daughter helped me clear the shelving unit off, clear my desk off, clear the work table off, and we moved everything around my office. And I didn't end up liking my desk where I wanted to put it, so I ended up putting my desk back where it was. But I have put the shelving unit in the new spot and the work table pushed down, because I had to clean off all the work surfaces in order to move the furniture around. Gave me a good chance to reorganize a bunch of areas which really needed to be done. So on Friday night, we moved the furniture around, got the shelving unit back where it goes, well, back in its new spot, and my internet equipment's in that corner as well. So I had our internet for the house unplugged while we were doing that. So got our internet hooked back up, and by then I decided to call it a night for working on that stuff on Friday night, and I spent the rest of the evening watching TV and a little bit of crochet. And on Saturday morning when I got up, I went back in my office and finished reorganizing it and spent most of the day in there. But the end result is that I have a nice clean desk, a nice clean work table, and I need to still reorganize that shelving unit because I just kind of, the stuff that was on it was in the middle of the floor and I needed to get it out of the way, so I just kind of threw everything on it. That I need to go through that shelving unit, but it looks so much better in there. It looks so much more organized, and I feel like I'm in a healthier space when I'm working. So I really like that. So that was my Friday and most of my day Saturday. I don't even remember what we did on Sunday. I know I did laundry. Well, I think I did some tidying around the house and stuff like that. I didn't do much crocheting at all. I didn't sleep well on Saturday night, so I had a nap on... Sorry about that. My dentist called me to change my appointment I have this afternoon. So, yeah, Sunday I had a nap in the afternoon because I did not sleep well on Saturday night. And yeah, now we're back to a repeat. Monday baseball, Tuesday, Wednesday, just boring days, working, make dinner, do some cleaning, watch TV, crochet time. So yeah. My husband's they let go somebody out of his work, so he's been covering on afternoon shift on the days that he doesn't play ball. So Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays he's going to be covering afternoon shift for the next few weeks. So instead of working 7:30 to 4:30, he's going to be working 11 in the morning till 9 at night. So that's a change for us. It's not too late though, so it's not too bad, and he doesn't have much of a travel time to work, so not a big deal. But that is what is going on around here, and I've finished my square. So the timing works out pretty good, doesn't it? So there is my completed square. We're done 64 squares now. But yeah, so that's it for what's going on with me. If you'd like to tell me what you guys working on, what's going on in your lives, I'd love to hear about it in the description box below. I mean, in the comments below. I will include the pattern for the daisy squares in the description box if you're interested. There is no pattern for that glasses case. I just winged it, but I told you how I made it. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to comment on that in the comments box below too, and I will get back to you. I always read the comments almost right away. I take longer to respond as I really don't like typing on my phone. I don't mind reading on my phone, but I really don't like typing on my phone. So I generally wait to respond until I'm on my computer, which on my computer I'm probably supposed to be working, but yeah. So anyways, so I guess I will continue on with my day, get back to work, and let you guys get back to whatever else you are doing today. But thank you for hanging out with me today. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for liking my videos, and I'll see you next time on Lori Hooks. Bye everyone.